Well, hi. Today is Friday, March 7th, 2025. I'm Todd Studer, and this is Morning Coffee. The Shamrock Shuffle is tomorrow. Well, we are getting another gasp of winter today, but spring just around the corner. We are expecting 70 by Monday. I'll take it. So, again, tomorrow, the Shamrock Shuffle getting underway between 9 and 10. So hope to see you out on the 100 block. And if you're going to be taking part, probably want to dress warmly. I don't think we're going to, well, we are expecting a high tomorrow around 50. It's not going to be that way tomorrow morning. So it's still going to be kind of chilly. But as I said, things warming up for next week. It should be a very wonderful week. And that is also exciting news for the semi-pro soccer team in town, the CB Captains, because they're getting their preseason practice underway next week. And an exciting announcement. An arrangement has been worked out. They now have a home field. They are going to be playing at Lewis Central. And we are going to talk with Becky Locke from the CB Captains during the show, and she's going to tell us more about what went into that and also all of the exciting things that are happening with the CB Captains. I'm thrilled that this team is here, and I'm really looking forward to the season. Want to let you know that Foxco Fabrication is going to be at World of Wheels over the weekend, today, tomorrow, and Sunday, and stop by their booth, and you might even win a free sign. Make sure you get registered for that, and while you're there, take a look at some of the other stuff that they do. Go to their website, foxcofab.com. Foxco Fabrication does a lot of things with metal fabrication, welding, laser etching, pretty much anything with welding. My plan is to be over there hanging out with them in their booth at World of Wheels at CHI in Omaha. So if you're there, be sure to stop in and say hi. Also, the AIM Institute's mission is to grow a strong and diverse tech community through education, career development, and outreach. And one way they do that is through a program called SWIFT, or Southwest Iowa Free Technical Training. SWIFT provides accelerating training for Iowans interested in a career in technology. With the Charles E. Lakin Foundation providing the funding, participants can register at no cost to them. Next class is coming up this spring. Visit aiminstitute.org to learn more. Joining us now is Becky Locke. She is with the CB Captains. Thank you so much, Becky. We wanted to have you on because it is an exciting announcement that the CB Captains have a home field. How about that?
Yeah, I'm still giddy about it, let's be honest. Not just because we have a home field, but because of where we're going to be playing this year.
Well,
So,
you're playing at Lewis Central, and it's a phenomenal facility.
yeah,
Obviously, everybody knows that from the success that the Lewis Central school system has had there, the success that Iowa Western has had there, and now
yep,
we're just going to say the success that the CB Captains are going to have there.
absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, it was out of all the opportunities that we had as far as locations, this was the best fit for us for a number of reasons. Obviously, the facility is absolutely amazing. They've done a lot of work to keep it nice and up to date and everything like that. Personally, I'm a LC alum, so that bringing me back home was super important for me,
Right.
and it was great.
I can only imagine what it's like to go back home and be able to see a team that you've been so closely involved with, to be able to play on that same field. And also, because you guys, the first time that I ever became aware of you, I've talked about it on the show before, was, I go to Kern Park and I'm walking around
Yeah.
and there's a soccer team up here. What's this all about? Well, while Kern Park, I think, could turn into a wonderful facility, it's not conducive to what the team would need right now because it's set up as a natural grass football field. And
Right.
that soccer is you sometimes see high school games played on soccer, but it's got that natural crown in the middle, and there's a lot of things that go into that wouldn't work to be able to play in this league.
Right, exactly. I mean, I love Kern. It's nostalgic. It's part of the, growing up. I can't even remember how many times I've ever played there myself or been up there and club ball or whatever. CB born and raised, so I know it very well. But yeah, to the level that we're trying to play at and to be at for the captain's organization, it wasn't necessarily going to fit the need for what we needed for our home stadium and our home field. So we had to find another option.
Well, what does it mean for you to be involved with this and seeing something? This is new to Council Bluffs. I don't think Council Bluffs has ever had soccer at this level in town before.
I don't know that it has actually. I think it's the first. What does it mean to me? It's amazing. Like, I don't know how to express how happy it makes me. Um, I've like I said, born and raised in Council Bluffs my entire life. Went to school at LC my entire life. You know, everything that I know about growing up was in the city of Council Bluffs. And so when we were faced with the opportunity to be part of this organization, when Taylor reached out to my husband, Brian, I just said, absolutely, but whatever we do, we got to keep it in the city. You know, we've had some struggles and there's a lot of opportunity in the Omaha area, but we want to make sure that we keep Council Bluffs at the forefront because it's new and change is scary sometimes, but this is awesome growth and I love the sport and I just wanted to make sure everything stayed in the city. So we've been working hard to make sure that we're, you know, representing the city as well as we can. So it's just been an amazing journey. It's been amazing to watch my husband grow and succeed in this, and it's amazing just to be part of it.
You take a look at the team, and you have a blend of players that are local and
Hmm.
players that are a little bit farther out, and then you go all the way international. I mean,
Yeah,
it's a real blend, and from what I've heard, there's a lot of talent on this team.
yeah, and there's more to come. I just say that because we had our tryouts and I
Right.
got to see, you know, firsthand what we have and what has been brought to us in terms of players and a new talent on the field. So it's gonna be awesome.
Well,
It's gonna,
talk about that tryout a little bit because you were there, and I'd heard
mhm.
that there was a tremendous response of
Yeah, it was
players that wanted to try
amazing
out.
to see all of the players coming in, some old faces that have been with us since, last May, day one. Um, and then a handful of new faces, obviously. So we got to see some integration of new talent and old talent. And it was just, in my perspective, granted, I wasn't on the coaching side, I was more on the registration side, but getting to see just the flow and the progress that the team has made, it was as if we weren't skipping a beat, if that makes sense, right? So it was those players that came in to try out with us, the new ones, they just fit right in. We try to keep as much of a family environment and a seamless feel to us in terms of how we run our organization, how we live our lives, things like that. So it was just really great to see the new talent because there is so much in the area that is just undiscovered. It's amazing. So it was so great to see the new talent come in and just fit right in to what we're trying to build here. It was awesome.
Well, and as you look at the office to the coaching staff to everybody, everybody's local here.
Hmm.
I first met Taylor Stanton when I think we were at the farmers market last year, and somebody brought him over to introduce him to me, and he's made Council Bluffs his home. He's
Hmm.
here. And this type of thing it's homegrown. Yes, players are coming in from other places, but this is a truly Council Bluffs team that we haven't had before. There's been attempts to do this kind of thing, and in fact, just recently there was a football team that just didn't stay, but we're
Yeah.
going to leave that be. But this type of thing is local, and that matters. It
Yeah,
matters that
absolutely.
there's pride right here in the community, and the people that have chosen to come here and play, that matters to them too.
Absolutely. I mean, like I said, I think the biggest thing about our organization is that we want to keep it as community based and as local and as family oriented as possible. So, yeah, Taylor, he moved here and he made Council Bluffs his home. Josh lives right there in the CB area. I grew up in Council Bluffs. Granted, my husband did not, so we're over in the Bellevue side. But my family's over in Council Bluffs, so I'm
Mhm.
always there. It's just it's home, and I want to see it grow and thrive as much as possible. So whatever we can do in terms of the captains and bringing new light into an amazing sport that we all love, uh, everything we can, we'll do it.
How long is it going to be? And maybe I'm asking questions I don't know if you have the answers to. Do you know how long it's going to be before we have the team announced with the tryouts? So do we know when all that selection is going to take place?
I don't have the exact date. But I do know that decisions are being made. I think this last week decisions have been made, and we've been reaching out to folks. So I can't say like for sure what day it'll be fully announced, but we're in the
But
works.
practice is starting soon, so obviously.
Yeah, so we were tentatively going to be training this week. Weather obviously did not
Mhm.
allow that. So practices actually start next week. Um, again, weather permitting, obviously. In
Well,
the
the
metro
weather,
area, it's
yeah,
great.
the weather for right now, at least next week, looks great.
Right,
Yeah.
right. For
So
now.
for
We live
now,
in the Midwest. Who knows?
yeah, that can change after about an hour and a half. But uh,
Exactly.
and then the season gets underway in May, correct?
Yes, yes. Our first game is going to be May 9th at Lewis Central. Um, It'll be an evening game. Most of our games when we'll be playing at home will be like Saturday afternoon type, early afternoon
Hmm.
games. We do have the opportunity to have our home opener at Lewis Central on a Friday night. So under the lights to kick off the season,
Wow.
it's gonna be awesome.
That sounds like a really cool thing. Is there? I've never been to a soccer match of this caliber before. What goes into it? I mean, how's this thing going to be structured? Do we even know yet?
Um,
I mean, well, I'm thinking obviously the game's going on, but there's got
yeah.
to be other things that are happening too.
Yeah, so while the game is going on, obviously we'll be doing some other things like we'll have merchandise sales, we'll have promotional things that are happening in terms of there's sponsorships that are out there that want to
Mhm.
be represented. We'll have concessions, obviously. So there's a lot of different pieces to the puzzle that have to be accounted for, I guess to say, that I know Taylor and I for sure will be probably taking kind of more of the forefront, and my father-in-law Rich, who's also involved in all of this. So we're definitely keeping it a family thing.
I
Um,
think that's great though because it helps almost with the local ownership of it because we know that the people that are up here taking care of all of that stuff, they want it to succeed just as much as the community does.
right, exactly, yeah. So there'll be a lot of pieces game day. I want to do my best to take whatever I can off the plate of the coaches so they can focus on game day. They can focus on what they need to do. So the rest of the stuff that's where I get that other title of just, I get everything else done.
Well, and as a dad that's had a couple of kids go through the soccer program, the community soccer program, it's soccer's popular here.
Yeah.
And you look at it's something that a lot of kids have been involved in, and I personally know, such as there were some young ladies that played on my daughter's team when they were young that went on to play at the next level,
Yeah.
at the secondary education. So there's a lot of homegrown talent here, and I think that there's going to be a real interest and a real support for it because these people are used to seeing soccer, and now they're going to see it at a whole new level, and
Oh,
it's probably going
absolutely.
to look a lot different than what they're used to.
I think it's going to look a little bit different, but I think it's going to be like the good different, right? Like, so it's
Yeah.
going to be the exciting, the I want to see more kind of situation.
Hmm.
I actually did the same thing. I was a track runner in high school and made some silly choices. And I was supposed to go run track for college, but instead, again, silly choices. And I ended up playing soccer in college, and that's what actually really helped me grow my love of the game more than I loved track at the time. But yeah, that's just I've I've seen the growth of the sport in the city and just in the metro area as a whole, and it's expanded so much. Back to when I was a kid, it's so
Hmm.
much bigger. So I'm so excited to see what we can continue to grow.
That's something we have in common. That was about the only sport I stood out in was track back in high school. I sat all the way at the end of the bench for basketball, and my school didn't have a football team. So in baseball, I batted ninth. So and that was only
Perfect.
because we only had 10 boys out for baseball at high school.
Oh
So
wow,
yeah, so
that's great.
yeah, I got a lot of playing time with that. But you're right that I think that I think the town is ready, and I am looking forward to helping get the word out about what's happening
Yeah.
and try to raise a little bit of excitement as we get closer and closer to this because there's been so much preparation that has gone into this. And now that it's coming
Yeah.
together and it's okay, this is real. For a
Hmm.
while it had to seem like it was okay, we got a lot of things in place, but is it really
Yeah.
happening? It's happening.
Yeah. For a little while there was some, all right, what's actually going to come from this? And that was obviously way earlier on, but
Hmm.
now it's just like, all right, what else can we bring to with this, right? Like what else can we do, whether it be not just, obviously support the local city and everything, but how can we grow the sport in whatever areas possible, right? So
Well, and I think
it's
that a lot
it's
of that's
fun.
going to be with getting the younger people interested in what's going on with that, and with them being able to go to the games and be able to look out on the field and imagine themselves being out there, and that's what grows popularity, and that's what, regardless of what the sport is, that's how things grow. And now Council Bluffs has this to be able to put up there and say, look, here's something that you can be able to reach. And then there is the next level after that, because I know that a lot of these players, that's what their goal is. I mean, this
Hmm.
is a semi-pro league, so their
Yep.
hope is to actually advance on past that. And I talked with Taylor about that, and he says, yeah, I hope it happens a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
It obviously would. That means that, needing changes and replacements on this level, but it also means that what you're doing is successful.
Right, exactly. That's been Brian's like front message he shared with the team since day one, is that I think he worded it, I hope I don't see you for very long, or something along
Right.
those lines, or you don't play for me for very long. And that's mainly because that's the point of this organization, this league, is to not only play the game we love, but also to build, I guess, exposure and to build talent and get those guys that want to go to that next level, to help them, kind of give them a stepping stone to help them achieve their dreams. That's what the point of this is, right? I mean, yeah, we want to win games, but I want to see some of these guys. I've gotten kind of close to some of these
Yeah.
guys, so I want to definitely see them succeed in whatever level they want to go to, and we'll do whatever we have to help them.
And it's very clear that you are a soccer family. I mean,
Yeah.
the house you live in, you're a soccer family. So, what's it been like for you, watching your husband lead this team as the head coach? And there has to be a renewed fire going on within him about this too.
Yeah, I mean, there is. This has been his dream. Coaching is his forte. Like, that's all he's really ever wanted to do. I think it's maybe been 10, 15 years now, give or take, that we've been together to say, this is what you're going to focus on. And so to see him succeed, I mean, even though we haven't even started the season, I would say this is a success and a step towards his dream and his goals. Um, so yeah, to see his excitement when he's out there watching the players and getting involved, it's pretty awesome.
And
I just like seeing him,
yeah.
fulfill his dream. It sounds corny, but it's true.
No, there's nothing corny about that. I think that's phenomenal. And also, there's two more teams in Omaha that are playing in the same league. So
Yep.
sometimes the road trips aren't going to be that far of a ride.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. It's gonna be
and
great.
so I don't have a full understanding yet about how the league is entirely organized and how this whole process will go, but we're going to learn that as we
Mm.
go on and figure it out. Do you know, is there going to be a postseason? Is that something that is in the works, or do we know about that?
I don't know. I don't know
Yeah.
about any sort of postseason type stuff.
Yeah.
I'm
So
not
like I
previewed
said,
into some of that.
there's so much still to discover, but I'm excited to be able to learn about that and be able to go out and see some semi-pro soccer right here in Council Bluffs. It's going to be cool.
It's going to be amazing. I'm so excited. I'm not just excited for us, I'm excited for the other teams too. And I say that because we are a big community altogether. The metro area, Council Bluffs is included in that,
Hmm.
and to see the growth of the sport throughout the entire metro area is amazing. So just to have that local rivalry, it's going to be fun. It's going to be entertaining. It's going to be great. And then when we're all done, we can just hang out and still be friends. Because I think my husband's talked about it. They're the Lenoma team. We've been friends with that group for ages. I mean, we still go to Tulsa and play soccer with them, and I don't expect that to change by any means. There's no reason, but like, just to see us all come together is what's really kind of eye opening. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, and it's always fun when you can get together with different organizations like that, and you've got such a common bond with that. And yeah, there's a competitive side of it, but
Of
then
course, yeah.
but then then afterwards, you shake hands, and man, wasn't that great?
Yeah,
That's the
exactly.
best way to do it.
Exactly. That's what I'm hoping for every game we have. Is just
Well,
be competitive on the field. Let's hang out after. All be well.
Becky Locke wears enough hats that we had her take them all off because we can't really figure out exactly what needs to be on her business card. But we'll you
That's
just
true. That's
you're doing
true.
so much for the team. But thank you for everything that you're doing, and thank you for being so instrumental at getting the captains a home field. And
Yeah, appreciate it.
a big thank you to Lewis Central for being
Yes.
open to the idea too.
Oh my gosh, yes. I'm pretty sure that I was borderline annoying with them. Um, to a point just because we had to, we have to meet deadlines for the league and different things
Right.
like that. So communication is it's been very hectic back and forth between the two, but I'm so glad it was able to be worked out and we're going to call LC home. I'm just so happy.
Well, and we look forward to talking with you again. That we'll have you back on the show as we get closer, and we'll obviously be talking to Coach Brian and Josh and Taylor and everybody else involved. We had the players on already, so
Yeah.
it's going to be a fun ride.
Yeah, it's going to be great.
Did you know that Sprout Marketing Solutions offers a free SEO audit? Find out how your website stacks up against your competitors. Kelsey Rollins and her team will let you know what keywords you may be missing, and also technical issues that are holding you back, and give you some quick wins that can boost your rankings. If you want to gain a competitive advantage with the best in class industry tools, visit Sprout Marketing Solutions and set up your appointment today. And ThinkSpace IT would like to remind you that mistakes can happen. By offering comprehensive cybersecurity training to your employees, you can ensure your team is prepared for every bump along the way. Let ThinkSpace IT help keep your employees and your data secure. Contact them, I should say, to get started with solutions that'll work best for your business. You can learn more at thinkspaceit.com. Again, Shamrock Shuffle going on tomorrow, kind of the unofficial kickoff to spring, even though we are still a couple of weeks away from the start of spring. I'm looking forward to it. I need to get out and get some camping done. Do you ever get that itch? You just got to be outside and do a little hiking and cook something over a fire. Yeah, I've got that going on right now. And hopefully next weekend, maybe, we'll see how that goes. It's been a wonderful week. And very thankful for all of the support that you continue to show this program. And I'm looking forward to having a great weekend and getting things launched again on Monday. My name's Todd Studer. We'll see you then.